TIL Theres a Japanese beetle that when eaten by a frog will haul ass through its digestive system and escape out the back end unscathed. Because some beetles were able to complete the harrowing trip in 6 minutes, Sugiyama concluded that the beetle was actively moving through the frog's insides, rather than being passively transported. He tested this theory by immobilizing some of the water beetle's legs, which are used to swim, with a sticky wax. None of the immobilized beetles survived, but rather were digested and excreted the usual way, per the New York Times. So the beetle really is hauling ass, and not just waiting it out. Imagine how many beetles had to be eaten by toads for them to eventually crawl out safely and then be in condition to mate. Or even crazier is the odds of beetles mating that just so happen to have the ability to figure out that they should just crawl out of the thing before they're digested. Life is fucking nuts. Video of it in action. Looking at that graphic, I can't help but hear that TikTok Instagram reel song that goes do-do-ba-do-ba-do in my head as I imagine the beetle meandering its way through that frog's guts and popping out its ass. Lol. Imagine how that must feel from the perspective of the frog. Now imagine the frog does it just for kicks. Or maybe the beetle is the one who does it intentionally. Oh, my! Imagine sewing frogs together human centipede still and watch the little beetle go insane trying to get out. Then watch his despair as you feed him to the first frog again. The fact that this evolved as a survival mechanism is wild to me. This species took the running around until you're all pooped out joke and made it reality. What a nightmare. They put some of those beetles and they immobilized their legs, so even though they knew the way out, they still got digested. Anyone's asshole tighten up while reading this? I couldn't bring myself to watch the video. Need nightmares every time I poop. Is it this one? I wonder if a different type of frog counter evolved a vacuum sealed asshole that prevents that type of beetle's escape. Well, look, if you can't get out the same way you came in, then I guess the only way out is through. Frog that beetle just clawed its way through stomach and out of my ass? People, that is so interesting. Now that is just terrifying thinking about it. The amount of pain the frog would be in from something like this. Hey Kermit! What's up, John? You got a weird spot about a quarter of the way back in. Get that checked. Sugiyama hypothesizes that the beetle may evolve this capability as an anti-frog defense tactic. Speechless face. They should make a movie out of this. Like a weird magic school bus beetle Miss Frizzle type affair. Y'all know how we get tapeworms, right? In one end and hopefully out the other. Still alive, another beetle just decided to eat the frog instead. Fastest one was 6 minutes. Longest one was 4 hours. Something speedrunners. That is literally where the term haul ass comes from. I thought everyone knew that. Beetle when it finally comes out of the frog's ass. Here comes the sun chew do. Makes sense. When I eat Japanese food I'm always hungry 30 minutes later. Is its nickname the Taco Bell beetle? If not, I will be disappointed. This is by far the best usage of haul ass I've heard of in months. Before you know it, the Japanese will turn this in a TV game show. That frog needs to get his bussy tightened. They got loose booty. I mean, almost all animals are just flesh tubes with extra steps. That's got to be a story the frog hesitates to tell his friends. I feel like this beetle every single day of my miserable life. 4-leaf clover. You know damn well they're having beetle races in the lab now. Then the frog eats it again, because frogs are slutty perverts. Physically unscathed, but very probably mentally traumatized. Weird. This frog keeps eating the same beetle over and over. It just runs and runs and runs until it's all pooped out. This is why I always chew all my food, including beetles. Like Andy Dufresne through the American justice system. Hey Beavis and Butthead, he said haul ass. Sounds like a lot of career paths I've encountered. Oh, so it's like that boss fight from Yoshi's Island. Good for weight loss. Feel full without the calories. Physically unscathed. Mentally? They never recover. This is how colonoscopies are performed in the wild.